Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Thank God It's Football. This is our third episode of our second series, where we'll be talking about what we look forward to in upcoming season of the Premier League. So today I'm joined by Marcel, and we'll be talking about two teams: Wolverhampton Wanderers and of course my favorite team, Chelsea, as you probably already know. So starting off with Wolverhampton Wanderers, Marcel, they had a decent season last year, just narrowly missing out on the Europa League. What are you looking forward to this season uh, with Wolves?
Um, it would be interesting to see how they would continue that form they've had for 2 seasons,
Right.
getting into the third season also, finishing in the top eight.
Yeah,
They've done that twice already in 2 seasons. It would be interesting to see how they'd do this season as well, considering that even Everton are um, building their squad really well.
Everton. Yeah,
And Southampton's looking good too.
yeah,
Burnley's looking good too. So it would be a tough competition
yeah.
for
So as
them.
we
And
said in the
it
previous
would
video,
also
also.
be interesting to see how they're gonna retain all their star players like
Agree.
Jimenez. He's been linked to many clubs.
Agree.
So it would be interesting to see that
So yeah, as we
how
said
they're
in the
gonna convince their
previous,
players to stay.
yeah. So as we said in the previous video, that mid-table battle this season is going to be nothing like we've ever seen before. With the teams you have said, including teams like even Aston Villa, you might see a surge in their game, as well as Leeds coming into the Premier League. So it's going to be a very good mid-season battle, mid-table battle this season. So, as you know, recently Spurs have confirmed the signing of Matt Doherty. uh, what do you think of that signing to Spurs and how it will affect Wolves' development this season?
Man Dorothy is a really good player, a quality player. You can't deny that he was a very good player, a consistent player also
Yeah,
for Wolves. Now they have to find a player of that sort, a
right.
replacement. Otherwise, that position is gonna be like that. It's gonna be weak,
Okay.
and it it would be something a position for other clubs to exploit.
Yeah, true.
And as far as Spurs signing them,
Let's see.
Spurs.
So yeah, for me as well, I feel like we have had Matt Doherty leave Wolves. So as long as they can keep the remaining core players in their team like Patricio, Moutinho, Jimenez, Jota, and of course they're pretty solid back three as well with Willy Bolly, Roman Saiz, and Connor Cody. I feel like
Totally.
if they can build on that and extend their bench and have their reserves, a very strong set of reserves. I feel like
And try to change the tactics also a bit because
yes,
it's getting
it's
a
getting a little
bit
bit
predictable.
repetitive and predictable. So I feel like if they can, adapt a little more, that's all up to Nuno. I mean, he is a very good manager. So I do feel like they're going to be an exciting team to watch in the upcoming season. So yeah, let's see. I mean, they've been linked to an Arsenal player, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So I feel like if they can get some sort him or a player of a similar caliber for the right wing back position, it'll be a good signing, and just build on what they already have. So on that note, where do you expect Wolves to finish in the upcoming season?
I'm looking at either 6, 7, 8.
All right. So yeah, even for me, I feel like they have a chance of um, challenging for the top four, considering the fact that they don't have any Europa League or external
Yeah,
competition.
that
It'll be just the
that should be
focus will be
considered as well.
solely on the Premier League. So I feel they have a chance of fighting for that position. So for me, again, fifth, sixth, seventh, a Europa League position for sure, if they can build on what they already have. So yeah, that's what I predict for Spurs. Sorry, Wolves. So moving on, we're going to be talking about Chelsea Football Club, which is, as you know, I've already said before. Um, so we've already confirmed the signings of Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva. And for our reserves, we've signed Malang Sarr and we've signed Xavier Mboyamba. So we still have Kai Havertz. We're linked with another goalkeeper. We're linked with another centre back. Actually, a CDM centre back, Declan Rice. So that is a total of 9 players. I mean, since I've been watching Chelsea, which is I think I
I
started.
buying the league.
Sure, buying the league. So since I've started watching football since 2006, 2007, 2008, I have never seen such an amazing window for this club before. And as a Chelsea fan, I'm like over the moon. So, what are you looking forward to in the upcoming season? What are you, even though you're an Arsenal fan, what are you looking forward to seeing in Chelsea's team?
Well, I'm expecting a lot of goals to be scored by them.
Fingers crossed.
Their attack is scary, man.
Yeah.
Goana, Ziyech, Pulisic. Come on, Pulisic. What a player! After lockdown, after the restart,
Sensation. He was the
he's been
best player of
really
Chelsea.
good.
Best player
He's been
by far.
really, really good. I'm
And of
expecting
course,
them
then we
to
have
score a lot of goals.
plus our already from our youth academy, we have Tammy, we have Mason Mount, we have Reece James, Billy Gilmore. So it's going to be a very exciting season for Chelsea. I don't think, at least for the last 5 years, I don't think we've had such good squad depth before, and it's going to be a very interesting season. So, what else? What do you? What, so yeah, we were talking about Kepa. So, what do you think of Kepa? Do you think we should give him another chance, or do you think that we should sell him off and buy a new player?
I don't think I should sell him off just yet. I think he deserves another chance because in the 2 seasons he has been here, the first season he was good. Second one he was pretty bad. Like he has made his fair share of mistakes, but also the defense also was leaky. So I feel he deserves another chance.
Yeah.
Don't sell him off just yet.
So also with maybe a good defense, he could do a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I have a question for you. So, as you know, we have Azpilicueta in the right back, who is our club captain. And we also have Reece James, who is an up and coming youngster. He's been compared to the likes of Trent, and he's been compared as a combination of Trent Alexander Arnold and Aaron Van Bissaka. So,
Wan-Bissaka.
what do you see this season from Reece James? Will he be able to, uh, you know, take away Aspie's position? Where do you see Aspie playing?
I don't think he's ready to bench Aspi or take his position. He has a lot to learn for him to be a regular starter. Like you see the level at which Trent is playing and Van Bissaka are playing both of them, and then you see the level at where Risham is playing. There is still some gap. I think he's got a season more to go at least, where he can be established as a regular starter. But until then, I don't see him benching Aspie.
Okay. So my last question to you on this episode is Kante has been linked with a move away from Chelsea. Recently, Inter Milan have been in talks with the player. And what do you feel Kante will achieve, or do you think that we should keep him, or do you think that we should sell him and cash in uh, now, or and with Havertz coming in, do you think that making space in the team is what we need, or do you think that we should keep Kante?
Kante will be a fine addition to any team.
Yeah,
And if he leaves Chelsea, you will see the difference in the in their defense. Like his work rate is, it can't be matched by any other Chelsea player. And if he goes, you'll see the quality missing from the team.
yeah.
I don't think you all should sell him. I mean, he is 29, but still, I think he has a few more seasons to go.
I completely agree with you. I think Kante is the heart of our defense.
True.
And yeah, just one last point which I would like to speak about is Kai Havertz. So many Chelsea fans have been talking about the fact that he's not really a required signing for the club at the current moment. And so what I feel is that with and also him hampering Mount's development. So what I feel is that he's going to come into the Premier League. It's a new league for him. Premier League is obviously one of the toughest leagues to get acclimatized to. So I feel like it's going to be a development stage for him for the next 2 years, and then when there's space in the team after the departures of Kante and our senior midfielders, Barkley and everyone, I feel like he's going to be the star of the Chelsea team, and the team is going to revolve around him. So that's my personal opinion on the Havertz transfer. What do you feel about the Havertz transfer?
He's got the potential to do that. Whatever you just said, he definitely got the potential for that. He I just don't want, like, you've seen this happen before. You get in superstars and all that, but you let your youth go. It happened with Lukaku, happened with De Bruyne and Salah, and look at them now.
Yeah,
Like, De Bruyne is the best player in the Prem right now, according to me. If if you'll get Havertz, I think he might hamper Mount's game time, and that would affect Mount.
yeah,
He would obviously want to move away, and Mount's really talented. Also, he's got the potential to be very good.
agreed, agreed.
It's just another De Bruyne situation all over again.
So obviously in my dreams, I see Mount and Havertz playing together. So hopefully that's something we can see this season, and hopefully it will succeed. So yeah, on that note, where do
Yeah,
you think Chelsea are gonna?
it's something only Lampard can solve.
Right. On that note, where do you see Chelsea finishing this?
Um, Either second or third, but I think third with an FA Cup victory or an FA Cup final, maybe even the semi-finals of Champions League. I think it would be a really Chelsea.
Yeah.
And even if they close the gap between the top two clubs,
Yes.
fantastic season.
Agreed. I completely agree. All right, guys. Thank you for watching our third episode
I
of
don't
this
see them
series.
finishing. I don't see them finishing in fifth or sixth. It's definitely top four.
Sorry for the interruption. I think I have some small connection issue. On that note, I would like to conclude this episode of this episode. So, guys, thank you for watching our third episode of the series. We would really like to hear your comments and your suggestions. So, our links to our social media are down in the description below. Please do DM us on Instagram or Twitter, and also you can comment down below in the comment section. Um, we have new things coming up for you, and we really do appreciate your support. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.